Welcome back to Bros Talking Sports. I'm your host, Hauser. Here are my co-hosts, Shay and Max. Guys, how are we doing today?
We're good.
Good. Definitely the first time we did the intro. And
This is the first take. First take. Always first take. Raw. Raw dogging it.
All right, now we're on to the third take. Nope, keeping this one live.
all the women who have been watching, aka none, are gone.
It's beautiful.
If you wanted AdSense on this, we couldn't even get it because you just got us like they
Yeah,
just stripped it.
I definitely did
What do you
just
mean?
strip it.
We're gonna get
A sponsor what for Blue Chew at this point?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say like Magnum, but I'm like, wait, that wouldn't make sense.
I'm not even 18. You think I'm gonna get Magnum?
Magnum. We make them large.
Oh my bad. I am 18 under the.
Wait, you don't have to be 18, do you?
You don't have to be 18.
No, there's no requirements to buy them.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're like a 14-year-old kid and you go to buy. You're gonna buy condoms, they're gonna look at you like.
I almost just said something really bad. The guy at the counter might judge you a little bit, but that's about it.
Hey, let's say guy / girl. You know, you never know.
Shut the fuck up with this shit.
I was gonna say something way worse. That's not bad at all.
All right, good.
Anything you guys want to talk about before we get into the Super Bowl?
Well, we had a lot happen in the past. It's been like a couple weeks.
Well, this was mostly going to be the Super Bowl podcast.
I was gonna say, so should we get like
I
other?
think we just run down. I mean, like a couple.
You guys see
things
the
that
Drake
pop
leak?
off of the-
Huh?
Oh, I didn't. Well, I didn't see it, but I read a bunch of stuff about it.
I showed AJ today the
Picture,
the video.
Oh, the video.
Video of what?
Man, that thing is
Apparently
thanking.
Drake is packing.
Man,
Drake
that,
is packing?
that thing is a weapon and cannot be allowed on planes.
Apparently Drake.
Cannot.
Apparently Drake has got a weapon. Yeah.
A weapon?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
There's a video.
I saw a thing and I was like, what am I like reading right now?
Does he keep it locked and loaded?
I haven't seen.
To be honest, the thing wasn't even
was
loaded.
the word on the street?
The thing wasn't even loaded, and that thing was thanking.
Like I said, I haven't seen it because I mean, I'm not one of those weird people that see that as like, oh my god, I have to look at this right now. Like that's weird.
The first thing is I go, Bella, oh my god, Drake got leaked. She goes, what? Where? Show me. I want to see. I was like, no, you can't. But no, I mean the video is him filming himself through a mirror, laying down, legs spread, and he's fiddling the thing like a propeller, just like he's about to take off with it.
How did that get out? Like, how did this get out?
He must have do it like.
Why is this in his phone in the first place? If someone hacked his phone and it's like,
Come on.
why is this in his phone?
This is a Drake thing to do. Play with it like a propeller.
Human have a video of them just kind of whipping it around on their phone.
Absolutely not. But you want to know who does?
Drake.
Aubrey Graham. Oh my god.
You know what? Maybe he doesn't care. He's probably like, you know what? It got out.
To be honest,
care.
seeing how big that thing is, I want to carry the dude. I'd be flopping that thing around like him. Oh my god. No, but yeah, and then
You guys know you can legally walk around with your penis out all the time?
Really?
As long as it's not erect, it's not against the law.
Oh, nice.
look, have you seen Kanye's wife? How she walks around?
Yes.
Oscar, if you can throw some stills up on the screen. There you go.
I'm not throwing.
I made you just do work right there. You got to throw them up now because I said.
Not doing that.
So here's Bianca, right here.
Not doing
You
that.
got to do that now. I just did it.
I'm not doing it. I don't care enough.
I don't do that. This is the guy who uploaded the podcast with him walking around.
Yes!
Not doing anything with the
I put up the
first
wrong
time.
clip, okay? Jesus.
I read it. And
So you could have like said something really bad during those
I could
60
have.
seconds and you would have even realized. I could have. Guess why is this video blowing up? Oh, they got me saying the N-word. Okay.
Oh, I think my penis is out in this one. Oh, God.
All right, Drake.
All right, anything else outside of Drake?
Speaking of dominating, well, so like during one of my like classes, my teacher like pointed out that the principal of my school, during his time before he was a teacher, he was a 6'8" large specimen, and he set an all-time record for rebounds in his college, and not only that, he played for the NBA.
Do you know what college he went to?
Hofstra.
Hofstra, really?
Yeah, and he also played for 2 seasons on the Pistons.
Did he have a weapon like Drake?
What?
I don't, you said you said he was a 6'8" monster. So I said, did he have a weapon?
No,
like Drake?
not his dingaling. It's his actual height.
That's funny that you bring that up.
Yeah, definitely versus Wilt if he was 6'8". Like,
Probably.
yeah.
Back then, 6'8" was.
Well, you
big.
want
6'8" was tall.
So he played one season for the G League team,
But
which
did he
I didn't
actually-
even know that
question
was.
is, Did he actually play? They had a G League back then.
Yeah, they had a G League
He
back
played
then?
in Fort Maine, and Fort Maine is the Indiana Pacers G League team.
Interesting. And then maybe he got signed.
I looked at that, and then
Maybe
after
he got signed to the Pistons.
after that, 2 years he went to the Pistons, but his stat line was like 14 minutes a game, 4 points, 2 rebounds.
All I know is that speaking of Wilt, like, because like obviously the whole 100-point game debate is like if it's actually
You can literally say he was going up against teachers because that dude he kicked the shit out of him so bad.
I want to just say this. I saw a video today of a like reenactment of like a war from like the 1880s. Like this video was from like the either the very late 1800s or like the early 1900s. They had cameras to film back then, and they filmed NBA games back then too. But apparently, it's that they didn't have enough money to film all the games, so only like the big games got on like filmed.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't have film from this, which again just makes no sense. But
Well, I think who is it? Carmelo was the one that said, yeah, he's seen the footage.
they have footage.
He said he's seen the footage.
Then why hasn't the footage been released to everyone?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
something secretive on the like the? Is that the like?
I
That's
don't
what
know.
doesn't make sense. Like if they have footage, then just show it. What's the big deal? Like
I don't
why is
know.
it like? I just thought they didn't have footage at all.
Yeah, Carmelo said he's seen the footage. If you look up Carmelo, he was on a podcast. I don't remember what podcast, but he was talking on a podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, I've seen the footage before."
And then why haven't they released it? That's the thing. Why has anyone else seen the footage?
I know
And
Carmelo.
they asked at the Pro Bowl this past week. They asked somebody, he's like, "What is your biggest conspiracy theory?" And they were like, "Wilt didn't score 100 points." And it was like, I mean, when you look at the numbers he put up, like it would make sense that he scored 100. But it's
Yeah, but you
still
can
just-
literally say I literally have the definition that he was playing against teachers.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying it's totally. He most likely did it, but it's just like the fact that like that if there is video and we just haven't seen it, or that
Yeah,
they didn't have
exactly.
video, it's just weird. It's just a weird thing. Like
Yeah, you like see the clips. Like if you've seen like the color clips of Wilt playing, it's literally Wilt grabs the ball, dunks it.
yeah, he takes like 3 dribbles, walks down the court, like he's basically like with his long ass strides, and then he just boom easily dunks it. Like
Exactly.
it's simple for him.
Yo, the Warriors about to have not even 10 points before the freaking first quarter. Jesus
This
Christ.
is a disgusting game right now.
All right, anything else before we get into the Super Bowl?
Joel Embiid off the Sixers.
I don't know.
Well, we've had a lot of coach hirings and stuff.
Well, we
but
went
obviously-
over that.
Well, there's a lot more that we've gotten now.
Well,
The head coaches,
It's just Dan Quinn and
Dan Quinn. But a lot of guys
And,
a lot of coordinators got hired and stuff.
yeah.
Interesting note though that my dad, who was a Browns fan, told me. So Brian Callahan,
Yeah.
the old Bengals OC that got hired in
Tennessee.
Yep. His father is Bill Callahan, I believe is his name. He was the offensive line coach for the Browns.
Really?
Probably the best offensive line coach in the league because obviously the Browns' offensive line is ridiculous. The Browns have had a great O-line for years now.
Uh-huh.
That's his son, Brian Callahan. So he's actually the Browns let him leave to go be the offensive line coach for Tennessee now.
Interesting.
Just to go coach with his son, which I thought was pretty cool. Like it's obviously yeah, that's like a dream to be able to coach with your son or whatever. So good for them. But I just
Yeah.
thought that was an interesting little thing.
What you call it?
Have the Giants hired anyone as their D coordinator?
Yeah,
yet?
we actually did. It was Monday. Monday we did it. Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
that's right.
yeah.
And I saw today they promoted a bunch of guys also too.
Yeah, we promoted Mike Kafka's the new
Kafka's the assistant
head coach
so it
now.
doesn't
So
matter too much.
yeah, Shane Bowen became the new.
And then, like,
DC.
the quarterback coach became like the passing game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Shane-
what
Shane,
if you're an assistant head coach? What are you? Are you you're the get back guy?
No,
No, that's
No, you definitely are though.
No. They have a special guy that's just the get back
Yeah.
guy.
That's
Actually, no. Usually it's like the
that's Big Dom's role in
Usually it's
Philly.
like the strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
Is like the get back guy. He's the get back coach.
Yeah, no. What you call it? Yeah, the Giants. Shane LeMay. Shane LeMay, I think, is the quarterback coach. Something like that. He became the. And then our Jerome Henderson became the.
Yeah, they just got
Passing
guys
ga-
got promoted. They're gonna do the same thing but got promoted.
The Packers hired.
Packers hired Jeff Hafley, the head coach of Boston College.
Yeah,
He was in the NFL for a little bit with the Niners. He did Ohio State.
they didn't go either way we thought.
No, they didn't. But honestly, I like the hire because he's a big single high safety man-to-man coverage guy. They're going to switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3, which like Thank God, because the modern defense now is the 4-3.
Yeah, we're
They're going to run
running.
that 4-3. They're going to play a 4-3, and they're going to play man coverage, which when you have a guy like Jair Alexander, they're going to probably most likely draft a corner this year. Carrington Valentine had a good rookie year last year. They got guys to play man coverage, so I'm excited that they're going to be more aggressive on defense now, which is good because they're known for basically their defense has gotten torched for years and just been sit back and prevent, let teams kind of do what they want against them. Hope the offense can score 40 to win a game. So hopefully they're a little more aggressive on defense and they can help the offense out in those games that Jordan Love struggles a little bit.
I don't like this hire. From the it's not a bad hire. Listen, the Giants going to be really good on run. They might have like the best run defense in the league. Bobby Okereke is going to be a stud in this defense. Because
they had a good run defense in Tennessee.
Yeah, they had one of the best run
They had
defense
the
in
worst
Tennessee.
secondary in Tennessee.
That was exactly.
They got torched. But
Like-
again, I think it's a big personnel thing.
Yes, that's what that's what a lot of people said. If he's got great talent
Tennessee
around
had
him.
Great guys inside with what's his face with Jarrell Casey
Yeah,
and the other guy
Jeffrey Simmons.
Jeffrey Simmons. Yep.
Yeah,
Like they had big
That's-
studs.
that's
inside.
why. That's why I think the Giants could be really good on defensive run. But like,
Giants. The thing is, too, the Giants' defense has always been good. Like they were still good this year.
they were good. But unfortunately, like, we also created a lot of turnovers in the second half of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't know if this defense is going to do that. This defense mostly
Their
runs.
defense has always been good. It's just their offense that's got to improve.
I
So they're
know.
going to get on that in the draft.
We're going to run a lot of cover 1 and a lot of cover 3.
Did you see,
Sure.
like a couple of NFL scouts or whatever, a guy saying that Malik Neighbors, they think they have him higher than Marvin Harrison Jr.
Really
There's like 3 guys who said they would take Malik Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr.
interesting. I'm finishing up the video on the quarterbacks. It's getting good.
Oscar's getting big into the draft, so
Bo Nix, bad. Don't draft him. Not first, second, maybe third round. Like that's how bad he is.
Michael Penix, second round guy.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy, what do we got on him? That's the big. I think he's the biggest question.
I actually didn't watch him, and he's probably actually better than Bo Nix.
JJ McCarthy's the biggest question mark of the draft. I think.
Jaden Daniels,
Yeah, that's
Lamar Jackson
that's the next
2.0.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
kind of what.
watched him play.
There's a reason he's going to be possibly the second quarterback taken off the board.
Watching him play.
Washington's got the second pick,
Yeah.
right? I could see Washington taking him. And then that'd be better for New England because I think New England rather have Drake May, honestly.
I haven't got into the tape of Caleb Williams or Drake May yet, but Drake May is literally Josh Allen 2.0.
Drake May is? Really?
He's 6'4", 210. Like,
He's
literally.
that big?
Dude, yeah, I looked it up, and I was like, holy shit, this
I never
guy's...
thought he was the guy who had the biggest arm. To me, I always thought he was like a Tua. He just like was like could like read defenses was really accurate. He did nothing else.
No,
special.
no, I didn't realize that either until I looked up. He's 6'4",
he's a big arm guy?
240.
Oh, right, I didn't know he was
Who's
that
that?
big.
Yeah, what you call it? While
I can't do this today.
what you call it? Caleb Williams is Baker
Hi,
Mayfield.
puppy. Baker Mayfield.
6'1", 215.
That's a little bigger.
That's
I don't
what
know.
Baker. That's what
Everyone
Baker is.
everyone
6'1",
says-
215.
Everyone says Caleb Williams is Patrick.
Is that
Mahomes.
kidnapping? Did we just witness
No, Patrick Mahomes is bigger than him.
No, he is. But everyone says Caleb Williams' play style is like
Yes.
Mahomes on the run. Moving.
I'm just saying physical.
We're just gonna ignore the
physicality-wise.
fucking kidnapping?
I just let it happen. He was happy, so it's okay.
It's okay. All right, let's get into the Super Bowl. So normally, how we do Super Bowl is we break down the game, then we give
Normally,
you our
we
picks.
haven't done one yet.
Normally,
Well, how we
pretty professionals at breaking down the Super Bowl.
Sorry.
We've done it so many years.
sorry.
For the
Regular
past 5
season.
years on unreleased footage, we've been breaking it down.
I'm actually like Peter.
Griffin?
No, what's the guy on Good Morning Football?
Peter
Whatever?
Schrager.
Yeah, who's like.
He technically is Peter Griffin. Have you seen the... All right.
We've gotten the Super Bowl right 5 years in a row before the season's even started.
I know.
That's actually crazy.
That is crazy. All right, so normally we break down the game for each week, and then we give you our pick. I want to do it different this time. I want to give you our pick, and then we'll break it down. Max, who do you have?
I wonder who Max is going to pick.
Guys, this is so hard.
This is really crazy.
Oh, I hate both the 49ers.
Shay.
That's crazy. As much.
What do you mean that's...
No. I'm just saying. I'm like being sarcastic. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy that you picked them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Listen, as much as I would rather the Niners win, listen, I couldn't care less too much because both of these teams, but obviously I don't want the Chiefs to win. I don't think anyone should want the Chiefs to win.
I don't care who
I
wins.
love the charts where it's like who America's rooting for.
Yes.
There's like the little bit of Kansas City, a little bit of San Francisco, the other one's just like nobody cares.
Yes. I'm in that nobody cares.
I rather have San Francisco win, but again, here's the difference between like some people like when they're like this is what I don't get about people. You have like fans of certain teams, and they're like, and then like their team didn't make the playoffs, or their team lost in the playoffs. They'll be like, I'm rooting for the Bills. Oh my God, the Bills better win. The Bills, but like, who cares? It's not your team. Why do you care that much?
Yeah.
Like for me, once the Packers got eliminated, I didn't care who won. Like obviously, I want that team to win, but if they lose, I'm not gonna go to bed crying like, oh my God. Like people are like, what?
If my team loses, I don't think I'm coming back.
That's
We're not going to see Max next week.
Listen, Max, we have very similarities, okay? Both of our teams have had years of getting so close, but just getting short.
You had it for a longer time than me.
But not really.
You had Aaron for like so many years.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm saying like,
we've had one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play the game.
How many times have the Niners gotten to the NFC Championship / Super Bowl in the past 5 years? 3 times in the past 5 years?
Yeah.
4 times.
I think 4.
4, right? Yeah. That was like,
and again,
and so
last
close,
year, there this year.
But yet so far. Like, you could talk about a team so much for every single year about how good they are or whatever, but if they don't get over the hump, it doesn't matter. The Packers were so close every single year, and every year it was like, oh, they're going to win it this year. This is their year. They're the best team. They just couldn't get over the hump. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you can't win. But if you win one, like if the Niners win this one, it makes up for every of the last losses. And all those losses behind, doesn't matter. Who cares that they haven't gotten it so many years? If they win this one, it doesn't matter. That's what matters. You win that one, it makes up for all of them.
Of course.
So,
with all that you said,
I think the Chiefs are going to win because they have the way, way, way better quarterback in this game. Defense. Well, actually, I won't get into it, but I want the Chiefs are going to win.
Way better.
Well, exactly. That we'll get into that.
I don't want to break down the game right now, but yes, the Chiefs will win. That's my prediction. Chiefs.
Wiggins gonna. Oh, it's not Wiggins. That's coming. Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs here. Again, let's start to break this down here. I'll start. Listen, I get the better defense, the better coach, the better quarterback. When in a Super Bowl, are you ever not favored when you have those 3 things? I don't know. And I'm just sitting here. Vegas has the Niners. And I'm just like, why? I don't understand why the Niners should be favored in this game.
I'll tell you why. Chiefs are banged up. Their left guard is going to be out. Their starting left end is going to be out. Niners are fully healthy. When the Niners score more than 20 more points, they win. Brock Purdy's 20-0 when the Niners score more than 20 points. So basically, he has to score 20 points. The Chiefs don't have enough skilled players to score more than 17 points.
Listen.
That's crazy.
Right,
That's crazy. Who do they have?
Here we go. Okay, so
who do they have?
Listen,
you lock up Travis Kelce. Who do they have?
They got Rashid Rice. They got
Tony. You got Tony out there.
Listen, Max.
He plays for us.
Max, I've been saying for years, all you gotta do is lock up Travis Kelce and you're fine. Yeah, in these big games, nobody can do it. It doesn't matter. Nobody does it.
I think the best linebacker in football can do it.
No, he can't.
He's not. Here's the thing. He's not a man
Roquan Smith couldn't do it.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Fred
not.
Warner is not a.
I've seen him pick off CeeDee Lamb.
No. Listen,
Yes.
Fred Warner in like stepping up, playing the run, and dropping back into his zones. Phenomenal. Best linebacker in the league.
He's good at lock up kills.
He's not. I promise you, as much as he's the best linebacker in the league, he's not good enough to play man-to-man against Travis Kelce because nobody is. There's corners. No corner is good enough to play man-to-man against Travis Kelce. You have to double team him. If you're gonna play man-to-man, you have to.
That's
double
ridiculous,
team him.
guys.
What?
No,
Dog, you're retarded.
No,
what? Turn on the tape.
No,
watch the game.
Watch the film,
dude. Watch the film.
Who's the last guy who's locked up Travis Kelce?
There's nobody.
You
can't exactly because there's nobody. That's the answer. The only time it's like Devontae Adams when he was with the Packers. Nobody could cover him unless you put a guy man-to-man and a safety over the top. You double-team him every single play. He got covered. Travis Kelce, when there's one guy covering him, it doesn't matter. He's getting open. When you put a second guy on him, then it's a different story. Obviously, it's tougher to double a guy when he plays from the tight end position. That's what makes it so hard to double-team Kelce. Because what are you going to put a guy man-to-man, like a D-back on him and a safety over top? It's tough to do because then that's a tight end. You got plenty of other receivers.
Well, I know you guys are riding this Travis Kelce train, but you don't understand. We have probably one of the most talented running backs to ever play the game, Christian McCaffrey.
We haven't even gotten into
that. We're just
tell you that, like,
yeah.
You're like, who else they have besides Travis Kelce? It doesn't matter. They're not going to be like.
Compared to us, okay, like so what? We lock up Kelce and you take away McCaffrey. We have Debo, we have Ayuk, we have George. We have Juice Jack at this point, dude.
Okay, I'm going to get to the big difference between this now. Okay, on one side you have the most talented quarterback to ever play the sport. on the one side.
Yes.
On the other side,
He's elite. He's elite. He's not a game manager. He's elite.
Okay, what are his playoff numbers? What is his performances in playoff games?
They're not that bad. He has 6 touchdowns, like 2 interceptions.
Yeah. If you look at it though, and really,
I will take 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions any day.
Max.
how many dropped interceptions now? Is that the thing?
I think
I can tell you,
what?
I saw 2 in the Packer game for sure.
I didn't see any in the Lions game.
Is Brock Purdy a bad quarterback? No, he's not bad. However, this is a big game. How much,
He was a winner in college. He won a huge game in college.
He played at Iowa State.
Talk.
He played at Iowa State. Do they even play in the Power 5? Are they a Pac-12? I don't even know what Iowa State is.
Iowa State's Big 10. Power 5. Yeah.
You're right.
I think they're Big 12.
Big 10, they're Big 12. You're right.
They're Big 12, yeah.
Again, they're like the bottom of the Big 12. And what's known to happen in the Big 12? Ain't nobody played defense in the Big 12. There's a reason Baker Mayfield was putting up 65 points in college. Nobody plays defense in the Big 12. Look, I'm not saying Brock Purdy's bad, but anybody who would be like, this is what pisses me off when like the comments are like, or people call him game managers. Listen, is he a game manager? I'm gonna say yes because that's the only thing he really does. Is like that's it. He doesn't have anything special besides that. Like he's Tom Brady, which there's nothing wrong with being just Tom Brady. But he's not gonna kill you. Listen, he's more mobile now, yes, because he's younger. But when the comments are like he's a game manager, and the person be like, watch the film. He's like unbelievable. Like, no, I watched the games. Is he unbelievable? No, he's not. Is he a good quarterback? Yeah, he's a good quarterback. There's nothing wrong. He's a good quarterback. He's a top 12 quarterback in the league. He's in that Jared Goff to Dak tier. He's in that tier.
You can't put him with Jared Goff because he just beat Jared Goff.
Yes, you can.
Well, listen.
Jared Goff almost beat you.
Listen, I could put him with Jared Goff because I would say Jared Goff played pretty well that game. I'm not going to put that game on Jared Goff. Jared Goff played well that game.
Jared Goff almost just beat you to go to the Super Bowl.
But he didn't.
Jordan Love.
But he didn't.
Two of those guys almost just beat you.
But Jared Goff played well that game. That game was not on him. He played very good. I think Jared Goff played one of his best games of his career against the Niners. He played great that game.
All they had to do was hand the fucking ball off. Stop glazing this guy.
Even when he was throwing, he was.
Shay, they had 168 yards on the ground.
Yeah, but how many?
But at that point, you could if you have 168 yards on the ground by halftime, you could throw the ball whenever you want.
Listen, I don't think Jared Goff's a top 10 quarterback, but he had a good game against the Niners. That's for sure. He played well. He played very well.
So here's what also
he put them in a position to win the game, and his team couldn't get it done. That's really what it is.
Here's also
what the throws. His players couldn't make the plays.
Yeah, here's what I want to say. Let's look at the 2 games, right? Let's look who's had a harder road to get here, right? Definitely the Chiefs, 100%. You had to go through the Bills and the Ravens, both on the road. Okay, let's take a look at that. Who did the Niners have to beat? They could barely beat the Lions at home. Everybody healthy, barely beat the Lions. Let's go to the Packer game. Again, everybody.
You can't compare it off of this because...
Listen, if you look at it, who's playing better right now? The Chiefs are playing better.
Way better.
The Chiefs are playing
better. Not even close.
I said earlier when me and Oscar did our playoff predictions, if the Chiefs got hot, it's scary. And what have they done? They've gotten pretty hot. They've played, all around, every aspect of their team has played well. They played Miami. They got the job done pretty well. Then they played Buffalo. Did a great job against Buffalo. And last week against Baltimore, they played well all around. They only scored 17 points, but they didn't really have to score that many points. They were just pushing them around. They were managing the game to a very good level. And you say that the Niners will easily score 20. Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the league, and the Baltimore Ravens,
okay,
just put up 10 points.
I'm sorry, but they didn't run the ball.
No, I know.
They played hella weird.
I know. I'm not saying it's that the Niners aren't going to score 20, but I'm just saying when you say it's like, oh, it's a cakewalk, it's easy, they're going to score 20. Well, the Ravens just scored 10 points against the Chiefs defense. This Chiefs defense is the best defense they've had.
I know, but you got to look at this offense and be like, it is so loaded. It is. You don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl if you don't put up 20 points.
They're the best offense in the league. However, they have Brock Purdy at quarterback. And when it comes to...
If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't even be the best offense in the league.
Yeah, but...
You put Jimmy here, they're not number one still. Well, that guy's not going to...
Very close to number one.
No. Listen, you put Jimmy there. Obviously, they're number one. Jimmy's not a top 20 quarterback in the NFL. So
he's not a top 32 quarterback in the NFL.
But if you put Jared Goff in this spot, I can name a lot of quarterbacks. If you put them in this spot, this is the number one offense in the league. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of guys you put in this spot, and they're still the best offense in the league. They're even better. So if you put certain guys in this spot, I just saw something today that Kyle Shanahan wanted Tom Brady to be the quarterback this season.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Which obviously, who
wouldn't
want Tom Brady to be the quarterback? But I just thought that was
he talked to Purdy and he wanted to bring Tom Brady in for 1 year because they were scared of how Brock was going to play with the
elbow
UCL.
knee
Yeah.
surgery. Now listen, this is my one biggest conspiracy theory now. As much as how bad Trey Lance was, I'm curious how good he could have been. Because here's the thing. With Brock Purdy, I think he's kind of gotten pretty close to his ceiling. I don't think he's going to
he's
get
not.
much
You can't
better.
go anywhere than winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, that is the thing. He's not, but like, I mean, like, performance-wise, I don't think he's going to be as good as Brady, where he's just dead accurate, reads everything. I don't think he's ever going to get to that level. I think he's kind of reached pretty much his peak. But I think Trey Lance had that potential to have a phenomenal peak, like, not be phenomenal, but to be very good. So I'm curious what that could have been.
Well, Max always says that Trey Lance got his opportunity.
He did. Listen, he did, but now here's the difference between.
I don't think he ever did.
No, but it's bad when you finish up training camp and your head coach tells your GM, yes, our third string is the best quarterback out of the
I
training
agree
camp.
with that. But
There's a problem there.
Here's the other one I want to.
They didn't trust him from the start because he fucking sucked in training
I
camp.
just want to compare it to one thing. There's a quarterback right now who, in the beginning of his career, did not look good at all. Everyone was like, "Why did we draft this guy? This guy is not going to be good." And then
Peyton Manning?
No. Yes, that he actually played. I'm talking about a guy who didn't really play that much. Then you give him 3 years to sit and kind of watch the game,
Jordan Love.
and he comes out and he plays a pretty good freaking year.
But there wasn't any reports that Jordan Love was bad because he never got the chance.
But when he did play, when he played against Kansas City, they put
He
up
did not look good.
They put up 7 points, so it was not very spectacular. That I'll tell you first.
You can't throw a quarterback in that environment and say, "Hey, go play Patrick Mahomes, buddy. Let's watch."
I'm not. I'm just saying. Though,
It's like the Impractical Jokers.
But I'm just saying, like, I think the idea of letting a quarterback sit for a year or so,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
giving them,
But to be honest, when you're sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo, you're sitting behind a rock.
true. That's the big difference. Yes, obviously the type of guy
You're
to
learning
sit
from a
behind
guy who's going to tell you to throw the ball at the other team.
really helps.
Dude, I saw.
Listen though, Brock Purdy's probably good to sit behind Jimmy because they got similar play styles. Drop back and throw an accurate ball. Just throw it to the guy that Kyle's going to basically tell you, hey, he's most likely going to get open, hit him.
That's probably their QB room. So, Jimmy, what are you doing this play? I don't know. I usually just ask Kyle.
All right, well, let's get back to the Super Bowl here. So
I
we
want
are.
to go back to what you said about like when they have like better coach, better defense, better
Yes.
quarterback. Now, better coach, yes, but again, it's Andy Reid's a very good coach, but it's closer than you think. Because Kyle
It is
Shanahan
close.
also a
It
very
is-
good
it
coach.
is close,
Andy Reid's one of
yes.
the best coaches of all time, but so is Kyle Shanahan. He's a phenomenal guy. They're both, like I said, in the league right now. It's probably like if Andy Reid's number one, Kyle Shanahan's probably number two, and if not number two, he's number three.
Well, I put Sean McVay over Kyle
Okay,
Shanahan.
but again,
That's-
it's
You're fucking stupid, man.
How, bro? How many Super Bowls has Kyle Shanahan won?
The Rams had a
I can't
fucking
count.
super team.
It's zero.
Listen, I'm not gonna.
Sean
say,
McVay
but again,
won.
If Andy Reid's won,
He's 1 for 1.
If Andy Reid's won, Shanahan's up there with. I mean,
McVay and yes,
Tomlin, like yes,
Yes.
they're all up there. They're the top guys.
they're all up there.
Now you look at better defense. Again, this is also very close. This is very close.
Like I told
If-
you,
like I said-
they're missing a key spot for that defense.
If the Chiefs are better,
We aren't.
If the Chiefs are better, it's not by much.
It's not by much
really
either.
not by much, because the Niners have a front seven. The Niners are better. Now the Chiefs are very good in the back half. I will say they have 2 very good corners.
Yeah, but like
one was an All-Pro, another one probably got snubbed of being a Pro Bowler / All-Pro this year.
I'm watching this team, and I've watched the Packers and the Lions just kind of dog walk them.
By the way,
Just kind of dog walk
I want to say this.
especially the Lions.
One of the games,
The Lions literally completely dogged walked them in the first half.
one of the games the Chiefs lost a couple seasons ago was to the Panthers. The Panthers beat them like 31-7 or some score like that. Want to know who's the defensive coordinator? Steve Oakes.
Okay.
That does give me hope because
How long ago is this?
I think this was 2.
Alex Smith was still a quarterback in Kansas City.
No, because this was when Patrick Mahomes and he had Kelsey playing because
Okay.
Steve Wilkes was there in
That
Carolina.
could be back to 2018.
a couple years ago.
Now I'm going to look at, you say defensive coordinators. As much as you give Steve Wilkes credit,
Steve
Steve Spagnuolo is the
Spagnuolo.
better defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's a great defensive coordinator.
That dude's a
Steve
dick
Spagnuolo.
rider though. Go to an actual fucking team, bro.
He's
Go to
a
a fucking team.
He's a very good defensive coordinator. He will send 8. Here's the big thing now. What is Brock Purdy? I think not so good at. I think when he gets pressured a little bit, he's kind of
He's got a perfect passer rating under pressure.
Listen. Now, I'm talking under pressure, aka guys in his face.
Yes, yeah.
Not when they send 6 and his offensive line does a perfect job of picking it up.
No, I watched Purdy. He's great under pressure. I want them to send pressure because then it's going to lead to a great throw by him.
Listen, I
Or
saw,
one of our skill
I
players
don't know
bailing
about
him out.
that.
Either
when I
one.
saw the Packer game and the Packers got a little bit of pressure, which wasn't much because again the offensive line did a phenomenal job picking up pressure. The little bit they did, the one ball was like a lollipop and the other one was a pick or they dropped it. So that's what I remember. So listen, I think that's the big key is kind of get a little contact on Brock.
Listen, you're preying on this kid's downfall, but I know for a fact.
I will be the first. I promise you. If he goes out and plays a phenomenal game and wins the game for them, I will single-handedly come on here and give him his praise. But I tried to give him credit early in the year. Then I watched him against the Packers, and I've watched him against the Lions. They scored a touchdown against the Lions when he threw it to the D-back, and he just bounced off his helmet, okay, and into Ayuk's hands or whatever. Like,
how the cookie crumbles, I don't know.
I gave him credit because I think he's a good quarterback. But when you look at it, he's good, not great. There's plenty of guys better than him, and I've seen him not play so well. There's 2 playoff games now that I don't think he should have won either of them. But again, they've just they've snuck their way through and they've snuck their way here. So,
yep. The one thing that does worry me though is Purdy was asked this question during media day. He would be like, "What would be what would be the perfect thing for the Niners team?" And he said, "If Josh Allen was that quarterback instead of him." Obviously we all agree, but does that kind of worries me that you're starting?
Josh Allen was a quarterback. That'd be insane.
That worries me that you're starting.
Brock Purdy gets hurt, and who is this? Who is this? Alan Josh? I've never heard of this guy.
I like people placing bets on Sam
Darnold
to win.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm gonna say Brock Purdy,
Super Bowl MVP.
Brock Purdy either sucks the beginning of the game or gets hurt,
and Sam Darnold comes in and wins this.
I would love that. I almost want to do that. It's like plus 20,000 or something. Like, yeah, sure.
Dude, I would love to see Sam Darnold come to win the Super Bowl for the Niners. I would actually, you know what? This is actually the game that Brock Purdy would get hurt to. They'd be like, "Oh, he makes it here." At first quarter, just snaps a leg.
Brock Purdy would get hurt. They go down 14-0, and Brock Purdy hurts his shoulder, and Sam Darnold has to go in the game.
Exactly. That'd be so funny. Oh my God.
I wonder if what if Brock Purdy goes out this game and just stinks, and then the Niners are back to square one, and they're like, "Well, who do we play at quarterback for us next year?" Oh no.
They trade.
But no matter what happens,
they trade Christian McCaffrey and go get Patrick Mahomes 2.0.
I don't think even McCaffrey can get you that, honestly.
I don't think there's a Patrick Mahomes 2.0.
No, the Bears would. Honestly, the Bears would probably do that because the Bears seem like okay with Justin Fields.
I don't know what they're going to do, but again, we're not into that today. Let's look at the Chiefs offense first. I mean, not the Chiefs offense. The 49ers defense first. 49ers offense versus the Chiefs defense here.
49ers offense wins.
Bro, I don't know about that, dog.
Listen, the Niners offense is loaded, I will say.
Besides
loaded. Their quarterback, they're loaded.
They are loaded.
They got a top 5 offensive line. They could run the ball. Great. They got 2 stud receivers. One of them is basically a second running back. You throw him screen passes, and he's so just put together.
I just don't see this team losing with Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel out there. I don't see it because you don't see it often. Now, granted, you don't see Patrick Mahomes losing big games. Not much, but I mean,
he's literally only lost one. He's lost one.
No, he's lost 3.
2.
Twice to Brady and once to
Brady.
Twice.
He's lose twice in the
regular
Super Bowl?
season.
No, he lost in the postseason to Brady. His first year.
Yes, yeah.
In the AFC Championship.
Oh,
New England.
That's right.
I love when everyone's like, "There's only one man that could be Patrick Mahomes, and it's Joe Burrow." First of all, isn't Mahomes like I don't know what Mahomes' record against Burrow is, but he lost once, right?
He lost
once.
He's
beat him once or beat him twice or something like that.
Trust me.
And then everyone's like, "Do you guys know that Tom Brady beat Mahomes the 2 times he played him?" So.
I do believe that, though. I do. I mean, when we saw the Bengals on fire this year, they killed the Niners. And then they killed it for the next couple of days, and then Joe Burrow died.
The Bengals can be very good. But I also think Josh Allen can beat Mahomes. I mean, if the rest of his team decides just to do something.
That conversation has been in the air for a while, and it just never happened.
No, but I don't
regular season, yes. Postseason,
I know, but again, is it Josh Allen's fault?
Lester Quinez? Who the fuck is this?
But right, is it Josh Allen's
fault?
Hey,
leave him alone.
Is it Josh Allen's fault they lose this to Mahomes? He threw a bomb to Diggs in his hands, dropped. I mean, the guy's he's doing all he can out here, I swear, and his team's just
no, but it was in the script that he was supposed to.
Well, Josh needs to go somewhere else. Josh needs to leave.
This is like when I watch Aaron Rodgers with the Packers sometimes, and he'll throw a dot, and then they'll get all the way down, and then they'll get a.
Josh Allen's just field goal. Josh Allen. It's like honestly, I think the quarterbacks go Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, then everybody else. I don't even think it's close.
I agree.
Joe Burrow?
I agree. No.
Josh Allen's. Oh my God.
Joe Burrow's he's like Brock Purdy but on steroids.
Yeah.
He's like a really good game manager.
Yeah. He's Tom Brady.
He's not doing anything. Mahomes is rolling out of the pocket, making these unbelievable
Wiggins.
passes.
No.
Josh Allen is running people over and throwing he's almost misses no passes when he's a yard from the sideline. Okay.
Josh Allen is insane. He's an insane quarterback.
Is like when it's crazy this level, then like Josh Allen is like right below him, and then Lamar for being like his craziness, and then probably Jordan Love for being like throwing the ball like a crazy or just being psychotic as a quarterback. Joe Burrow's he's on his own like level because like I said he's really good, but he's a game manager. He doesn't have any spectacular to him.
Yeah, what you call it? Josh Allen is like Big Ben on steroids. Faster, stronger, like dude is on steroids.
You can't compare a pedophile with Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's what Baker Mayfield wishes to be, basically.
Well, Baker's 6'1".
Yeah,
Josh Allen's 6'5", 250.
Throw the ball, run out of the pocket as much as you can, take off when you can. That's what Baker does. He wishes he had the athleticism like Josh Allen, because then he'd be a stud.
Josh Allen is actually
Baker Mayfield
insane.
makes what he work, but that's what like Josh Allen's what Baker Mayfield wishes.
But yeah, I mean, listen, this game I think is really going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to the quarterback play. I think the quarterback play and, you know, how he's...
Here's the difference. Mahomes plays a not-so-good game, they lose. That's the simple answer. They lose the game if it doesn't play so good. If Brock Purdy doesn't play his best game, that's okay. The Niners can still win the game. He doesn't have to play spectacular for them to win. He has to be good enough.
Yeah.
Now, if Brock Purdy plays fantastic, guess what? I think the Niners win. I think that's if they play fantastic. If Brock Purdy plays fantastic and the Niners don't win, then all right, whatever. The Chiefs were just that good. All right, then that's just give them props. They deserve it. But if Brock Purdy plays very good, I think they win because they're the better roster. They should win the game then. If he plays good, I just don't think he'll play phenomenal. He could play good, but no, he won't play. He won't play phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be an interesting game. A lot of good stuff. I think this game's going to be very good from the start to the finish.
It should be a close game. We shouldn't see any type of. We shouldn't see a blowout. This should be a good Super Bowl. This won't be one that's everyone's like. Listen, everyone says. I don't know if you guys how much you agree with this. Everyone's like, does this season of the NFL feel like one of the worst in a while?
No.
People are like, this feels like one of the worst seasons we've had in like a long time.
No. I mean,
maybe I'm this year was very.
They say because like all the injuries we've had with like quarterbacks and stuff.
Yes, the injuries were horrible.
This year felt kind of like every team was average. This year,
I kind of agree. I feel like we had nobody this year who I'm like that team is really good. Like that team. Like,
Baltimore was that team, but they got eliminated.
Again, yeah. There's like that playoffs. Like last year, I was like, man. Philly is they're dogs. Good.
Yeah,
everything about them is good. Like they're that team.
You know, and
this year, even with Baltimore, I still wasn't like, damn, that's the Baltimore's them.
It was Green Bay a couple years ago. We'd say, damn, man, when Green Bay's that good.
Rodgers threw like 50-something touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Like, yeah, Green Bay's really good. And like 2 years, they're like, Green Bay's the team. Like that's them.
Exactly.
Like we didn't have a team that's like, oh, that team is that.
You lost to Hufanga.
No, they lost exactly. But again, there was like that team like that's the team. There's no team in the NFL this year. I'm like, yeah, they're winning the Super Bowl. Like I wasn't. Yeah. I could have flipped a coin and it would have been like, all right, the Bills win. I'd be like, sure, I wouldn't.
Let's roll with it.
I could see it.
Why not?
Dallas wins. Honestly, sure, I could see it. Like that. This was. Like,
oh no, we're talking crazy now.
But this is that. That's what I mean. It feels like that type of year where like Dallas literally they could have won the Super Bowl because I didn't think anyone was spectacular this year. Where I'm like,
yeah,
oh, that team's great.
Yeah.
Will we see a team like that next year too? I don't really know.
I don't know. I mean, if this Chiefs team gets some more weapons, I could see it.
We're getting more balance, I feel like, because you got a lot of these guys now that are getting, like, with the contracts going up, you got guys like T. Higgins and, like, Gabe Davis who are going to just go to, like, places that are going to give him, like, $20-something million. T. Higgins is like, you want to give me 4 years, $100 million? Yeah, sure, I'll sign with you. I don't care that you're the Tennessee Titans. You're going to give me money. I'll go with you. That's what I feel like it's coming down to at this point. I could be the number one receiver on this team and get a bunch of money. Guys don't even care about winning, I swear, in the NFL anymore. It's here's the difference. I feel like the NBA and the NFL have a big difference, right? The NBA, everyone goes to the good teams, win. NFL's like, who's gonna give me that money? I want to go play for you. That's what I feel like with the NFL.
But I feel like that. But I feel like
your rebuilding process.
But I feel like it's
in the NBA. Durant's like, I want to go to the Suns because I want to play with Devin Booker, and then we're gonna go get Bradley Beal, and then we're gonna get Nurkic, and then we're gonna get all these studs. All right, Durant, go ahead. NFL's like, Chicago. $30 million a year? Yeah, why not? I don't really care that much. I'll take my money.
Exactly, yo. But I feel like the NBA, it's kind of been like that for a while.
No,
with the
it
NBA.
has been, yeah. Because
ever since Jordan.
You can blame Kevin Durant.
The difference in the NBA is that is like you could still get.
Well,
paid
you want to blame?
No, you can blame LeBron. My bad.
Yeah, LeBron was the guy who started all that.
I think I'm the Towns in South Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, the difference in the NBA is like the guys who are on the bench. The bench guys get paid like $12 million a year. So like. You could be like a bench player in the NBA and you're getting paid a bunch of money, so it doesn't really matter. The
What-
NFL, like
Soon the NBA is going to have some balance. You know that. It's coming.
when they finally,
Well, because now you can't pay 3 max contracts anymore.
they got rid of
Because now the luxury now if you go over the luxury tax, you get penalized.
oh, really?
teams
So
get
there's actually a thing
penalized.
It's like salary cap, so the Warriors can't make their juice team anymore.
Yeah, so essentially you have to build through like JJ Redick was talking about this
You gotta
podcast.
build through the draft. Oh man, we're winning every finals for like the next
Yeah.
10 years.
They're like, how are the Warriors built? Through the draft.
I love
You
that
know,
Thunder team.
That's why
Dude, how can you not like the Thunder are awesome and they're fun to watch too because you know what? Our star player doesn't just sit there and like he doesn't just sit there and chuck 3. Like he plays basketball like how you should play basketball. He ISOs, then he'll attack the basket. He'll pull up for the mid range. Like he does everything. And
I'm
that's what's
sorry,
fun about
Shea's a post scorer now.
Dude, he literally he loves to drive. He's the best at slashing. He'll get to the basket. He'll look like he's gonna drive, pull it for a mid range. He can shoot it too. Like
He's nothing
and
flashy.
They play as a team, and it's just they're fun. They're a fun team. And
I don't know. I wouldn't even want to say fun to watch because they don't have a spectacular player
Oh my
like
God,
that. But damn,
Philly's
they'll kill you
fifth?
with fundamentals.
no, exactly. Yeah, they're a good team, and they play together too. Like they're just like because it's a bunch of young guys and they're all fit. This isn't like NFL when you got Rodgers playing on a team of a bunch of 20-something-year-old guys. No, this is a bunch of young guys who are like together and they're all about like let's go film TikToks and have some fun. That's what they're about.
I'm waiting
We're
for the
gonna
Knicks
see
to
a
get
Thunder and
Joel Embiid.
Clippers.
The Knicks to get Joel. Listen, if the Knicks can get rid of Julius Randle and bring in a guy who's better than Julius Randle, the Knicks are a title contending team. I'm just gonna.
They're a title contending team this year.
They realistically should be, but again, I haven't seen Julius Randle do anything in the playoffs, so
I
I
know.
don't want to say anything.
I know. I'm waiting. I'm
He's
waiting.
your second best player, and
He sucks.
and
You
he
can't-
stinks in the playoffs.
After last year, you can't count my team
Curry doesn't
out.
have a single point.
I know. Maxey just got his second basket of the game. Been watching this, and it's the worst basketball I've ever watched. And honestly,
Is Embiid going to play the rest of this year?
he's out for 4 weeks, and
Tore his meniscus.
they're
which, I mean, is
they're
low.
30 and 19 and 15 in the East. They're gonna go all the way down, probably like the 7th or 8th seed once he goes out, because they're not very good. I mean, look at this fucking roster. They're just starting to buy. I mean, we need to end this shit. But Tobias Harris and fucking Patrick Bev are playing out there for like 30 minutes a game.
Pat Bev is nice. I love Pat Bev.
I love Pat Bev
I
too.
love his podcast.
But like, yo, Tobias Harris, when he's your second best player, I think I'd kill myself.
Listen, he might score 40, then he might score 10. So
Yeah.
you never know. with him.
All right. Again, me and Shay have Patrick Mahomes winning his 3rd Super Bowl, while Max has Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey winning his 1st.
Did you see the thing too? I want to say there was about like Brady, and they're talking about like GOAT conversations
Yeah.
or whatever, and he's like, he was like, yeah, I mean, he's got a chance if he gets 7. Talking about like Patrick Mahomes, which is so funny. Like he don't care like, until someone wins 7 Super Bowls, he's the best of all time. Which
Yeah.
is like I respect it. Like
That's true.
I honestly think that we could call Mahomes the GOAT or whatever, but that might be the case. If he doesn't win 7 Super Bowls, he's not the best of all time. It might be one of those things.
But he actually still might win 7. That's
No,
the
he
crazy
might, that's
part.
the thing. And if he wins 7, I think he is the best of all time. That's
Yeah.
He has to win 7. To be the clear GOAT, he's got to win 7. That's the thing. To be the clear GOAT, he has to win 7. But if he doesn't win 7, if you win only 6 or 5, you're gonna have debates forever because people are gonna be like, "You got Skip Bayless." Well, Tom Brady won 7.
Yeah.
Well, Tom won 7.
Same thing with LeBron.
Yeah,
It's literally LeBron.
It's LeBron Jordan. People
Yeah.
are gonna be like, listen, LeBron's got all the accolades, all the stats, whatever. Yeah, well, he was 4 and 6 in the finals.
Yeah.
4 and 6.
No, 4 and 7 now.
I don't know. LeBron won his
Seven?
last ring, but
Oh,
we don't have to get into that.
But yeah, but everyone's gonna be like,
Wiggins block him. Yes! Yes, Wiggins got a steal. Oh my
That's a
God.
block. That's a block.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I need a block plus steals.
Oh,
yeah. But anyway, what I was saying, Jordan. Everyone's like, well, Jordan's 6-0 in the finals, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's the big debate when you look at like the top quarterbacks of all time. I mean, Marino and Rodgers are probably like 2 of the best to ever do it. But Rodgers got a Super Bowl, Marino's got none. So it's tough to put those guys in that debate because they didn't win much.
Yeah.
But talent-wise, they were phenomenal. And we know Mahomes would be perfect to be for the GOAT because he's got the talent, obviously. And if he gets the wins, then too, it makes sense.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for listening. I got an interview coming up soon, so stay tuned on that. And we'll see you guys next time.